Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of World End Economica, and it's final hour of a final day of a loan. Can we pull it off? Will Barton's information be true? And will the news come? Let's find out. Coming here from Earth, being impressed by the strong everything they owned, taken away from gritting teeth, were only the ones who took away their stuff amassed a fortune. Right now, for the sake of the dreams of many people, I stood firm. Despite that, why couldn't Hagana trust me at all? Hagana's anxiety-filled face was getting darker and darker. Intermittently, she stole glances at me, wanting to say that it would be best just to close out all positions. To be honest, if we stuck to the basics of trading up until now, we would have stopped all trading a while ago. For the sake of gaining profits, what was needed was simple: don't have losses. That was why, if losses started to appear, positions would be closed. That way, losses could be kept at an absolute minimum, and small amounts of profit could be preserved. But this wasn't that kind of trading. It wasn't that kind of trading. Why did Hagana not understand that? I was filled with irritation and suddenly realised something. I looked at Hagana as if to repel her again. Hagana returned to my look timidly. Huh? Within my chest were words. Could it be? We're in control. Could it be where Hagana had inadvertently said it? This trading affected a great number of people's dreams. The dream so good fortune had finally come down upon us was also affected. Thus for myself, this was a bit of a skirmish in order to enter Schrödinger Street. But Hagana was different. Her dream was not affected. Her dream was for myself, Lisa, and probably Chris, and anyone else close to the church, to be able to quietly live together at this church. You could say it wasn't greedy. You could say it was idyllic. It wasn't even funny for such a trivial dream. Hagana's earnest hope was right within view. If that were the case, then didn't Hagana think that way? If that were to fail here, then I would not leave her. A was B. If B was C, then A had to be C. Hagana's straightforward thought process meant that this was more a very clear possibility. If it was a childish and pitifully awkward way of thinking. Time continued to move on. It was soon as 4:15. I still had a sell order in reserve. I knew the price would finally drop. The price where it only went up, selling would lead to bigger profits. But Hagana accepted my hesitation. How? She called my name. It was an anxious voice that sounded like it would be crushed. But I pretended like I didn't hear it. I sympathised with Hagana's simple dream here, but if I didn't go with the best investment at the best time, the best technique, then I couldn't be an investor. I wouldn't be an investor. I stared at the screen. She no longer stole looks. I was painfully aware that she was looking right at me. How? Shut up! I yelled at her unintentionally. She did not narrow her eyes. Her eyes were like those of a scolded puppy. My bad. I said that as I returned to the screen. News wasn't coming. When would it come out? And my orders trickled by in one by one. Was it coming? Why wasn't it coming yet? Hagana worked slowly at a terminal. I stole a glance at her and saw the expected price range taking a regular shape. Based on my estimates, a severe increase was predicted. My eyes returned to a computer. It was true, given circumstances, I would have started to make buys. But big trades were always like that. In order to make big profits, it was necessary to make moves on the opposite of the idiotic masses. When it came to buying and selling, you couldn't have one without the other. Just as one person made a profit would require another taking a loss. I was not wrong. This was not wrong. The ones who were wrong were the unknowing masses. I waited for those capable of thinking. I was waiting, after all. Even though I looked at Hagana, she tried to get my attention. I knew what she was thinking. Time hit 4:30, which left her 30 minutes. When was the news going to come out? The devil lasted the last 5 minutes. And surprisingly, I also grew impatient. So when I brought up Barton's mail address and typed out a single sentence, was this really going to work? When I was about to send it, I hesitated. At that moment, a single chime sounded. The sound was from Hagana's program. I'd gotten used to his sound, which sound when the specified price range was hit in program. It was sound signalled of coming with countless profits. The moment I heard it was on the verge of tears. My timidity eliminated, I closed the mail program and turned to a trading screen. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. How? She yelled. I could feel the world revolving. How you should hurry and trade. I couldn't hear any words after that. The price had jumped up. A sound rang out where the price was a major estimated fluctuation. But so far it would always veer away from what we hoped for. It was natural that the price would fluctuate in the other direction. In other words, it was headed towards a big loss. It's fine, it should be fine for news as long as the news comes in. My shaky hand grabbed the other shaking hand. With what remained, I made my sell order in one move. The stock price moved but stopped. I thought I would laugh. The losses exceeded 4%. Though this was more than a temporary thing, it looked like it should have been one step towards big profits rather than just selling because the price was high. But I questioned myself. If I really believed in Barton from the bottom of my heart, then I should continue to wait until the price comes higher and higher and sell. But why wasn't that possible? Why weren't things playing out rationally? From my chair I could feel my eyes looking from somewhere, anywhere away. My self-confidence was falling apart. What time is it? 4:45. 15 minutes left. Stock prices once again started moving upwards. She stood up and grasped my shoulders. How? Something's wrong. Shut up. It should go down. It should have gone down. But it's going up. Can't you see? It should go down. It should have gone down. She backed away at me yelling, but she picked up a terminal and thrust it in front of me. There's no possibility of it going down whatsoever. Statistically, that possibility is... Don't you remember what we lost during the investment contest because we followed your program? Those words slipped out suddenly. She looked as if those words pierced her heart. She staggered backwards. With a thump, her body gave in and she collapsed to the ground. She was completely expressionless, as if she was a mannequin. Damn it. I cursed at no one in particular, but my lip returned to the screen. News. Where was it? If only the news would come, dear Lord. I prayed. I prayed to God, and then it was 4:47 in the afternoon. Above a trading word news announcement appeared. At that moment I might have peed my pants briefly. My hands moved, putting together all that remained of the funds, remembering it was time to sell it all off. My mind was filled with a strange sense of impatience, nervousness, and even drunkenness, and my knees started to shake. I made it in time, right after all. As I caught my breath, a red text of a news announcement disappeared, and the news itself rolled in. Everyone involved in trading had held their breath, and the numbers on the trading screen stopped moving completely. News announcement. Stock number 3201, Carlisle Investment. Hurry, what's next? Staring intently at the screen, my body could only react as there was bad news to be had. I couldn't grasp the meaning of those words. Given doubts about maintaining liquidity, he expressed confidence at press conference. Working capital was more than plentiful. What I didn't understand was about the meaning of those words. It wasn't clear how those words could be utilised. I wasn't sure if it was a deluge of sweat or tears that I wiped away as I looked at the news once more. Capital, provided by Mr. Alan Schwartz, a fund manager at a notable investment fund, Pax Romana, over 2 billion more were provided, forming the basis of the redevelopment project. I couldn't continue reading after that. All I could do was breathe. The stock price continued to go up and hit the daily limit. Minus 32%. On top of that, this was just for today. If everything in the news was correct, and tomorrow, the day after that, the stock price would certainly hit the daily limit each time. How much more losses were going to extend to? There was nothing to sell and nothing could be bought back. When it came to margin selling, there was conditions involved if one tried to buy it all back at a later time. I was hit with a strong bout of nausea, but I swallowed deeply and steadied myself as I clicked the news once more. Impossible. There had to be a mistake. Please let me be talking about a different stock. I opened up a news announcement. I could swear I heard my heart stop. I wondered if it was how it was supposed to sound. Picture 1. CEO Jack Looney and Mr. Alan Schwartz. That was all the caption stated. I'm just going to show a picture of Barton. One picture there was without a doubt Barton. I wasn't sure if it was breathing or groaning. What I knew was a sound signal of arrival of an email. Like a trained dog, or perhaps a program to reboot robot. I opened the email. He was Barton. You thought you were brave and traded, did you not? A short single sentence. Did I think it through myself? Had I not left it to someone else to help me decide? Had I not left such an important decision to someone else for me to decide? Had I not left such an important decision for someone else to decide for me? Think less like a machine. Think like a human. The purpose of that was... My vision became dark and I heard my sound in my head hitting the computer screen. How? And I thought I heard Hagana's voice and that was my last thing I remembered. I found out everything 4 days after I'd fallen into a coma. In the end, our position was minus 264%, pushing through within 720,000 moles, ending at minus 264%, left us with a liability of 2 million moles. There was no point in talking about paying back loans. In the end, the savings of the townspeople were wiped out, and they were burdened with a debt they could absolutely not pay. After Lisa's on-hold explanation, it appeared it was all reduced to 50,000 moles. And the evening the day after I collapsed, apparently a phone rang. A man who addressed himself as Barton wanted to liquidate our margin sale position by giving some stock at a specific value. But at that price, a load ended at 50,000 moles. Carlo investment stock continued to hit the daily high price limit, and consecutively it couldn't be sold at all. Since the price continued to rise the next day, there was no way that such a proposition would be turned down. Hagana, who knew Barton's name from a mails on my computer, resisted vigorously, but Lisa accepted the terms. Everything was back to normal, or rather, it was better to say that everything was lost. As for Chris's father and all the others who entrusted us with their money, I thought they would all come to kill me, but instead they visited me in hospital room. On top of that, they thanked me for letting them dream of the possibilities. That hurt me more than having abusive words hurled at me. They were used to losing, used to falling into despair. They were strong enough to not bear any ill wills towards others. If it weren't for Lisa, I probably would be dead right now. On the other hand, I realised that I couldn't see Hagana anywhere. Hagana had been in the church the whole time. It appeared that she too had been run ragged. I'd taken a lot of emotional shock and my body wasn't able to move. Once I regained consciousness, I did not return right away. It wasn't until 10 days later I returned pathetically to the church, in a wheelchair. Lisa offered to wheel me. The day, the weather was nice on the moon, nicer than any easy-going day. Along the road, Lisa said something nonchalantly. The church, I decided to sell it. I didn't so much move. There's still loan money to deal with. If it's just sold, what I could do, it would take care of everyone's living expenses too. Even if tears formed in my eyes, I did not have the strength to show us any sadness. I'm glad we made it in time to get you discharged from the hospital. And well, I figured it'd be a good time for lunch too. Chris may come by as well. Thoreau's going to prepare food himself too. He thinks he's so smart after I taught him how to cook. She continued with small talk. She wasn't faking being happy, and knowing that hurt quite a lot. For Lisa and the others, this would be an everyday thing back on Earth. Just being alive was more than enough, right? And she had experience being able to say things like that with a smile. Thoreau looked into things, and just like that, Lisa changed subjects. Barton, he said, would always do these kind of things. Even when his company got taken over, Barton was one of the people behind the curtains. Thoreau said he had harboured a lot of resentment long ago, but seemed about to suffer divine punishment at any moment. But Thoreau said he didn't go in for the killing blow. When he called us, he was probably not trying to pin us against a wall or anything. Thoreau said, "Is that what you call kindness?" I'm not so sure myself. She laughed once more. Her laugh was mingled with a sigh, a very fatigued laugh. For all sorts of people in this world. Yeah, that really is true. I couldn't say for sure, but I'd been deceived, but only I myself wasn't ready to acknowledge that. Could it have been misunderstanding, or perhaps even a mistake? But in reality, everything was lost. Barton apparently used different aliases for different purposes. Even the censor showed each of these aliases. He was an example of a person who could do anything so long as money and personal connections were available. I miscalculated my own position. First I took a great loss. I was willing to accept that. I was just some brat after all. But well, we do have our bonds left over. Isn't that so, Hal? She reached around from behind me and pinched my cheek. I couldn't move my body. Nor could I change my facial expression. Lisa sighed. Are you mad that I contacted your family? Passed by with fun to a steam bun shop. As where the old lady gave me extra because she thought that Chris was too skinny and asked me to give her one. Without doubting me an ounce, she handed me a 3-mall bun. I was surprised by that, yet why do you think Barton would be so easily divulge information worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of malls? This was hubris. Since it's you, I'm sure you'll get better. That's what Lisa had said. I said it was something psychological, that bruise on your forehead is probably going to leave a mark. Though, you're a guy after all, scars are a badge of honour. I couldn't respond. Lisa explained to me what the doctor had said. It wasn't because of medical reasons I couldn't move. Supposedly, something worrying in my mind had come undone. Because of that, I couldn't make myself move, and I couldn't even make facial expressions. Moreover, Lisa did her best to convince the doctor to hide her identity. There were medical bills to deal with, though, so that was impossible. After my identity being extracted by an iris scan and my fingerprint in my family was soon notified. I wasn't angry at Lisa at all with that. I wouldn't have any qualms even if Lisa killed me. Well, I'm going to feed you plenty today. No need to feel embarrassed about it, okay? Her laugh seemed dry. In front of a church, Thoreau and Chris waited, as did Toyama. Aside from how I was, I didn't imagine I would see them all again. But just like people visiting someone at the hospital, they were all smiles. A gathering of losers. But that's what I thought. I couldn't help but feel very happy to see them waiting for me. Now then, everyone, let's go to a garden on the 3rd floor. At her words, everyone headed towards the 3rd floor. I'm going to let you thoroughly enjoy my lap pillow service. She said that as she passed through the living room. A wonderful smell wafted through the living room, making me wonder if it was a lingering smell of food being made. And then just as we got to the 2nd floor, Chris ran off to get something. I need to get the drinks. Thanks for the help, but be careful, it looks like you're getting used to this, are you, Chris? She shrugged her shoulders and smiled, both arms filled with drinks as she moved carefully. Where's Hagana? Lisa's question. Chris stopped climbing stairs, then walked back down slowly. Then she pointed at the door to her room. Lisa nodded and Chris's face stiffened with what's climbing to the stairs again. She can be a difficult child. When Lisa said that, it was clear she didn't really believe her own words. That's how I felt anyway. Hagana wasn't a difficult person, she was honest and straightforward, but just awkward. Hagana! Lisa did that on purpose as she knocked the door. Hagana didn't respond. Geez, it's Hal. Hal's come home. But Lisa said that, but there was still no response. She looked back at me and shrugged her shoulders. Hagana, I'm opening the door. And with that, she opened the door. Last time the door was opened, it was night. At the same time, Hagana had a screaming match with Toyama. She'd elbowed Lisa in the face. Hagana had curled into a ball in the corner of the room and shook all over. This time it wasn't the same as that failure from before. She was alright, wasn't she? I imagined she was alright. Hagana wouldn't break before something like that. We fought together. There's no way she would be this weak. There was a deliberate, discomforting pain in my heart. Without a doubt, Hagana did not stop trading for the sake of her own dreams. For it all, she stayed rational. The one who fought over her head was Hagana, after all. Despite that, I rejected her. At the very last moment, I rejected her. For that, I wanted to apologise. Huh? As Lisa murmured that, I came to my senses. She turned away from the door and walked past me beyond heading to the living room. She opened and closed the door to a toilet, headed toward a church. The door to Hagana's room was left open, as it always was. Before long, with a stiffened face, Lisa passed me again and ran upstairs. In the middle of this fine day, I was left alone behind the half-open door. There was but an empty space. I sat in a wheelchair and closed my eyes. How? I regarded Hagana's voice and how she dressed me. Hagana. In the end, what was her real name anyway? In the midst of this fine day, with a pain in my heart, I felt lightheaded. She disappeared from the church. My teenage years, like that, came to an end. The stock market that day, with no regard to her own circumstances, should have been busy. Wow. Now that's an empty feeling after watching all that. That was a pretty good game. I say game because it was a kinetic novel. Let me know what you think about it anyway. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do actually have World End Economica Volumes 2 and Volumes 3. And I will actually play those as well on the channel in the coming weeks. So I've got something else planned to follow up from this next time. I would credit the people in the credits there, but because I can't speak Japanese, I can't read Japanese, I can't read out for you. I could probably also translate it using my phone. In fact, let's get my phone to see whether or not that's actually going to work. Where's the translator? Japanese. Auto. Logo design. Director. Production Spicy Tales. And that was World End Economica Volume 1. Oh, just noticed we got a new bit on the side there. We don't have an epilogue. Obviously we're unlocked now CG mode, which obviously would have unlocked all the CG. I think that's one which we haven't seen properly, fully. In fact, next time there's going to be a lot more fun. We're in music mode, which I'm not going to show for obvious reasons of copyright. But like I said, join me next time when I return to another futuristic world. Bye bye.